My wife cheated on me, so I destroyed my best friend's marriage. A moment later, my wife, Leah, entered the house with her suitcase, as if she owned the place. She set her luggage down in the foyer and found me in the living room. Immediately, her arms went up to hug me, but I leaped away from her. Her arms dropped to her sides and her wide smile flickered slightly. She frowned. "Danny," she asked, "why won't you greet your wife?" I glared at her. "You know why," I snarled. "I'm not doing this. Leave. Go be with Greg, since you cheated on me with him." Leah's face dropped and fake tears entered her eyes. "Why are you being so cruel?" she demanded. "We can still be together, Danny. It was a mistake. One drunken mistake that didn't even matter. We can go to therapy. We can make things work between us. I still love you." I stared at her in shock. "You want to work on our relationship?" I asked, full of disbelief. Leah nodded sharply. "I know we can." Then I laughed, sharply and without humor. "You're delusional if you think that's going to happen." For context, Greg was my best friend of 20 years, and I found out through text messages that he was screwing my wife every time I went on a business trip. I was heartbroken when I saw the messages on my wife's phone while she was showering. I didn't mean to look, but her phone was sitting on the bed with the screen visible, and the text Greg sent her looked suspicious enough for me to open the rest of her text thread. When she came out of the shower, I confronted her, and she immediately played the victim, telling me how horrible it was for me to go through her phone. The night ended with a blow-up fight that had her packing a bag and storming out of the house. Fine with me. I should have changed the damn locks before she could get back inside. A slap brought me out of my wandering thoughts, and for a moment, I just held my hand to my cheek, staring at my ex in shock. She looked just as surprised as me, but then quickly left without another word. I waited for Leah to leave the house before heading up to our shared bedroom. I searched the closet for her most prized possession, a little box that she carried her memories in. I found the box hidden in the back of the closet. I opened the box and found pictures of me and Leah. So many pictures of us smiling for the camera, kissing, holding hands, hugging. It was beautiful. But then I found a receipt at the bottom of the box. I checked the date, my blood going cold. I was on a business trip when she went to this restaurant and ordered enough food for 2 people. I continued going through the box, finding more receipts and evidence of the affair. I found a golden locket that I never bought her, a perfume bottle that I couldn't afford to get her. Greg has been pushing himself into our lives, buying my wife gifts, taking her on dates, taking her back to hotels so his own wife wouldn't find out about them. Anger filled me, sharp and hot. I was pissed. I shoved everything back into the box and shoved myself to my feet. I couldn't let this go. Grabbing my car keys and wallet, I stormed out of the house and got in my car, driving across town to Greg's house. I banged on the door, and a moment later, Greg's wife answered. "Danny?" she asked. "Are you okay?" I ran my fingers through my hair. "No, where is Greg?" I demanded. She frowned. "Upstairs." She took a step back and called for Greg, who jogged down the stairs a second later. He froze when he saw me, paling immediately. "I think you should go," he said, clearing his throat and shooting his wife a pointed look. "I'm not going anywhere, and neither is she," I said coldly. Greg shot me a pleading look. "Please, not now, not here, not in front of my wife," I sneered. "Afraid of how your wife is going to react to you cheating on her?" I demanded. I glanced at Greg's wife, who looked like she had seen a ghost. "I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you this," I said, "but he's been having an affair with my wife for months now. I saw the text messages between them." I glared at Greg. "Leah had the audacity to come back to the house today and try to make things work with us." Greg looked heartbroken. "She wanted to go back to you?" he asked. "How could she do this to me?" I shrugged. "Sucks, doesn't it?" I looked at Greg's wife, but she was staring off into space. "Are you all right?" I asked her gently. She smiled at me. "Oh yes," she said. "I was just waiting for him to admit what I already knew. I've already talked to my divorce attorney, and I suggest you do the same, Danny." She turned to leave, but then paused and glanced back at me with a sly smirk. "Would you like to have coffee with me later this week?" I grinned at her. "I'd love to." She turned and stared right at Greg. "Great, it's a date."